amazing, beautiful, blessed, chosen children of the Most High God. You are so very welcome to this channel, child of God. If this is your first time on this channel, please hit the subscribe button, like and share this video, child of God. If this word resonate with you, I have a word for someone, child of God. You have to know, child of God, that you didn't go through all of that for nothing. Your life has been unreal. Your life has been like a movie. Sometimes a very, very bad movie. Sometimes like a horror movie, you know. And sometimes like a miraculous movie. Your life hasn't been normal. Your life hasn't been like everyone else, child of God. You have been through the most wonderful things in life, and you have been through the most worst things in life that the regular person can't even imagine. You have been through it all, child of God. But you didn't think that God allowed you to go through those things for nothing, right? God was not the creator of all the evil that came up against you. The enemy was. Because he knows that you are chosen, and he saw your light from a very young age. He has tried to diminish your light. He has tried to take you out of this life. He has tried to take away your self-worth, your confidence. He has tried to make you feel that there's something wrong with you. He has targeted you. You have been gang-stalked. You have been monitored. Some of you still are, actually. You have gone through it all, child of God. But you did not think that the Most High God will allow you to go through these things just for nothing. One of the reasons why you went through what you did was because of your own mistakes, child of God. Some of you rebelled against God, and you chose a lifestyle that wasn't very pleasing to the Most High God. You were living in sin for so many years, child of God. And you wanted to repent, even though you knew that it wasn't from God. You wanted to repent, but circumstances made it almost impossible for you to repent, child of God. And you are very, very afraid to repent and solely to depend on God. Because back in your mind you are afraid, what if God doesn't come through? What am I going to do? So you chose to continue to live that sinful life, child of God. And that is why the enemy got a foothold, a stronghold in your life to do some things that he did to you. And some things that came against you wasn't your fault at all. It wasn't, you couldn't help it. It was by the jealousy, by the envy of others. All because of what they saw in you, even before you saw it, even before you knew who you were. A lot of people knew who you were. A lot of family members, when you were a child, they saw your light, and the enemy used them for them to diminish and dim your light, child of God. A lot of things that came against you was done through manipulation, was done through witchcraft, child of God, that you could do nothing about it. And the only reason why God allowed it is to awaken you, because you were in a spiritual coma, child of God. You didn't know who you were. And the Most High God had to awaken you. You had to know who you were, because you had gone so far that you didn't realize who you were, child of God. And the enemy used every attempt, every attack, heartbreak after heartbreak, to destroy you, to bring you to your knees before the alcohol, to make you to run to drugs, to alcohol, to sex, to party, to different kind of people, to escape, for an escape. The enemy used so many wicked things against your life, against you, so many suffering against you, child of God, to make you run to things that will kill you, to things that will destroy you, child of God, so that those things will take you out of here, or you will take yourself out of this life. That was the goal of the enemy. And the only reason why God allowed it is to awaken you, child of God, because you didn't know who you were. And the last attempt, the last time the enemy came against you was so severe and turned so many people against you, child of God. So many gang stalkers, they came in numbers because they believed that there will be no coming back for you, because they have tried, the enemy has tried like thousands of times from your childhood until now to destroy you. But you have been undestroyable. That is why the last season that the enemy came for you, it was so severe, and it was with so many people, uncountable people against one person, because they believed that doing it that way, there will be no coming back for you. They didn't believe in themselves. They know that by themselves, they can never win against you, child of God. So they needed all those people. For some of you, even thousands of people, they needed them to come against you, to rise against you. In your communities, in your churches, at your place of work, at where you live, every person that could get involved, that knew you, got involved, child of God. Because they believe this way, there will be no coming back for you, child of God. They believe you will never rise again. That is why a lot of people, so many people, removed their mask. That is why they showed you who they were to you. That is why so many people left your life, child of God. And God allowed it. Do you know why God allowed it? Because you were walking with wolf in sheep clothing. You were walking, you were thinking that you were loved by so many people. And God had to show you who you really were walking with, child of God. He had to awaken you. And the biggest reason why He allowed it, because it was so severe that you had to awaken. There was nothing else. God knew. The enemy didn't know this. If he knew this, he would have never ever gone this far. If he knew it would awaken you to who you were. So all these people arose against you, thinking that this will be their last attempt, thinking that this time there will be no coming back for you, child of God. But little did they know the God that you serve. Little did they know the power of God within you. Little did they know that you are a spiritual gangster, child of God. These people really thought that there will be no coming back for you. That is why a lot of people showed you who they truly were. That is why they let them see you in their true self. That is why they left your life. So that you will feel abandoned, child of God. So that you would know that nobody cares for you. But it only awakened you, child of God. God is such an amazing Father. He uses even the enemy's deadly attempts as your stepping stone. Everything that happened to you was used as your stepping stone, child of God. And you didn't think that God will allow you to go through all of that, so much suffering, without allowing you to see the other side of life, without allowing you to see His goodness in the land of the living. God says you will see the goodness of God in the land of the living. You will rejoice. His goodness and His mercy is following you all the days of your life. As long as you don't give up on God, as long as you keep on being obedient, as long as you keep on obeying the Lord and you don't forget Him when you get what you prayed for, child of God, God will never leave your side. You will be victorious in everything that you do. And don't get me wrong, the weapons are forming. The weapons will always form. That will never stop. The enemy is consistent. He will always try. He will try his attacks, his manipulation. He is not giving up, you know. But at least know that the victory is already won. The weapons will form, but it shall never prosper. As long as you stay in God, you will always overcome. You will always win. God is taking you higher, and God says the higher you go, the more devils, there is new devils in every level, child of God. But your weapon is prayer, child of God. Keep on praying in everything that you do. Never forget to pray, because the more you pray, the more powerful you are, child of God. The Lord is with you. The Lord loves you. He loves you abundantly. And He will never, child of God, He will never allow the enemy's attempts to destroy you to ever succeed. Your enemies will be weary long before you are weary. Your enemies will run out of breath. Child of God, you have to know this. You are strong. And the Lord leads you in everything that you do. Stay encouraged and be blessed, and know that there's a great season. You have stumbled upon the most wonderful season in your life. Rejoice and keep on praying. You will see the glory of God in the land of the living. Be blessed.